DanganRonpa 3, Despair, episode 8 is here. Holy moly, it really was awesome. I am your host, Omega Baldwin here yet again, bringing you another DanganRonpa 3 anime review. There's a lot to talk about in this episode. I will tell you right now, it was almost perfect. Just a small issue near the end. So why don't we get right into this week's episode of Despair. Okay, so there is a couple of plots in this episode, and in order to keep things organized, I will start with the Mirai stuff. So he's still working on the anime. It's been a couple of days since the stuff that happened in the last episode. Mirai is noticing that Mika seems to be acting strange. Now, after that he notices a strange video file on his computer, so he plays it. It turns out that this is the footage from the console killing game, and it makes Mirai sick. Mika then appears beside him, acting all strange, and saying that she already seen the footage, and it is great. Something really is wrong with Mika here. Hell, it seems she wants to even have sex with Mirai, but Junko shows up and kicks her away. Here we find out that this is in fact Despair Mika. Junko already turned her into that insane version of her. This was due to the Mirai anime, because Junko edited it using the killing game footage. She made Mika watch it, and that turns her into a despair. She is now insane and worshipping Junko. The whole theme is really disturbing, especially Mitarai's face. He is really scared of the whole thing. He tries to run away, but Mika holds on to him, while Mirai kicks her in the face. Junko says that he can leave, but blackmails him by saying she will use his class for the next killing game. This whole beginning of the episode was pure awesome. It really tells you how disturbing things are getting. As I predicted, Mika was the first one to fall into despair, and also Junko is using the anime to do so. So expect her to somehow get Class 77 to watch the anime and turns them into despair. Now we get into Class 77. They seem to be worried about all the happenings, especially the angry students outside. They are also thinking where Mika could be. They cannot find her. Even Fujihiko, with his contacts, went and asked for her at her house, but nothing. Then Nagito shows up. For a moment the class gets happy, but when they notice it's not Mika and just Nagito, they get sad. Again, they really don't want anything to do with him. They hate the guy. He tells them that while coming to the classroom, he saw Mika in the West District. So now everyone wants to go look for her, especially the impostor. He seems to be really upset about the whole thing, to the point that he almost forgets that he is Mirai in front of Nagito, and Nagito even notices. Anyway, they leave, but later Chisa comes into the classroom, but finds a note they left. So she gets worried and goes to find them. In this episode, we also see Munakata show up and help Yuzo fight the students that are trying to get into the school. He asks Yuzo to call Chisa, but she is not picking the phone up. So getting back into the Class 77 looking for Mika, Chiaki is with Nagito. They are searching together. Here is where Nagito notices the Izuru statue and, because of his bullshit, is able to discover a secret entrance. This entrance goes to the room where Mirai is working on his anime with Junko. Chiaki finds the whole thing strange because it seems Nagito knows more than he's letting on, even about the experiments and other stuff. You will notice later that this is really an issue that I have with this episode. Anyway, they get inside. They find Mirai that is really freaked out about what's happening. Junko shows up, but it seems Nagito already knows about her. Not only that, but he got Peko to keep Mukuro busy. Then he pulls out a gun and tries to kill Junko, but it fails as Junko shows up and using his own luck is able to get the gun and shoot Nagito. He is not dead due to his own luck, but still really strange scene. While this is all happening, Mukuro is outside fighting with Peko in an awesome scene as Peko is kicking some major ass here. Anyway, the episode ends with Mirai taking the chance to escape from Junko and finding Chisa. Then she decides to go where Junko and the others are. Meanwhile, Izuru is looking at Chiaki while it seems Chiaki recognizes him and calls him Hinata. So that's the episode, and I must say, it was the best episode of Despair so far. I was in the edge of my seat, but it was not all perfect as I had an issue about Nagito in this episode. The pandering with him was all over the place, so let me see if I understand here. He's missing since episode 4. Showed his trusty ass in episode 7, and now somehow appears and knows about everything. Knows about the experiments, knows about Junko, and the most shameless thing in the episode. He meets Izuru. If anyone played DanganRonpa 2 and remembers, Chapter 0 is the first time they meet, where Nagito tells him about his talent. Something that is odd, especially since Izuru figured that out this episode. This whole thing makes no sense. Nagito did not know who he was in Ultra Despair Girls, and same goes for DanganRonpa 2. But now that got changed in order to give us a bullshit meaning that all it did was make me cringe. The whole thing is just strange, and the only reason it was added was to keep baiting the Fujos. Just look at this! We all know they are pandering here. This feels so forced and out of place in the episode. Here is the thing. Pandering is fine, but don't mess up canon just to keep baiting the Fujos. Leave that shit for merchandise like you already do. Or just do one of those drama CD about Nagito fucking Hajime. I don't give a shit. At least it does not mess the canon set up by the games. Now, some people are saying that he could forget. Okay, fine. Then explain to me, Izuru, why does he forget the insane guy with the Junko ham and the luck-based powers? I'm sure he will stay with Junko for a while more, so I want to see how they keep messing up things. I would not have an issue if Nagito was not suspended and this whole time he was investigating. But now somehow he knows everything. If anyone is a Marisu, it's him. Anyway, that's how I feel about that whole bullshit, and it's funny. I knew they were going to somehow force a Nagito and Hajime meeting in Despair, even if it fucks the canon. It was just a matter of time. Let's hope they don't mess up more. One more thing to talk about is that Masuda did a cameo in this episode, so it could be next episode they will do the Zero stuff, I hope. So yeah, even with the forced Nagito scene, this was an almost perfect episode that I really enjoy a lot. This is why I'm giving DanganRonpa 3 Despair episode 8 a solid 4.5 out of 5, the worst reunion by chance. So, have you guys seen this episode? If so, tell me in the comments below. Also, please remember to leave a like and check out my Patreon. This is Omega Baldwin, see you guys next time. Bye.